Hey guys, Combat Saturday, and today we strike first, we strike hard, and no mercy, just like Cobra Kai. Okay, now this is actually a discussion I got into a little while ago on Messenger, and I figured this would be a good topic for today. Okay, now many of you are familiar with the Cobra Kai TV show, which is of course a sequel to the old Karate Kid film series. Okay, um, and in the series, you've got the Miyagi Do people, and they believe in self-defense only, or what they think is self-defense only. And then you've got the Cobra Kai people who are more aggressive and who believe in striking first and no mercy and all that kind of stuff. Okay, um, the realities of the truth, as many things, is somewhere in the middle. All right, now, when people think self-defense, unfortunately, they have the wrong idea. Okay, I'm just going to say it right now. Okay, a lot of people think that self-defense means that you just sit there waiting for the opponent to do something, and then you respond. So they think you stand there motionless, not doing anything, and when the opponent does something, you will just react to it, and then you will counter. Okay, there's a um, this is flawed for a number of reasons. Okay, number one is reaction time. Okay, the person who's hitting first, who's moving first, you're always playing catch up with him. Okay, and believe me, your reaction time, it's not going to be what you're hoping it will be. It's not like when you watch these ridiculous demos, you watch the movies when someone just sits there motionless and someone comes in and then they just know what's going to happen ahead of time and they're like completely still. It won't work that way. It will not. Okay, because there is a lag. Your brain, that like, from the time when your eye sees something to the time when you actually send a signal to your hand or your foot or whatever to move and do something, um, there's a very, very good chance that you'll get hit. Okay, there's a much better chance that you get hit than you hitting him. Okay, or you defending it successfully. Okay, now there's a little test you can do, actually, a little game where if you put your hand, if you have a piece of paper on the ground and you put your hand here and someone else puts his hand above you, okay, um, that person can grab the paper before you can. Okay, even though you just have to do this and that person has to do this, that person doing this can get it before you. All right, now I know it doesn't make sense why he should be able to. He's going at least twice the distance, whatever, but still, because by the time you see him move, it's too late. He's already down here by the time you react, and you're not going to get it. Okay, so that's a thing. Okay, self defense is not about sitting there waiting for the person. Okay, if you are in a situation, you need to take control um, of the situation in some way. Okay, and so when you look at, like, people look at countering, defense and countering. It's kind of the same concept. Okay, and they think, again, right? You stand still when someone hits you, you counter, right? Again, you're gonna get hit. Okay, it's not gonna work, right? What you really want to do is you want to try and almost get the person to try and hit you. Okay, so if you're distracting the person somehow, even if you're not really hitting, you can throw garbage. I know Bruce Lee would call it Monsal, throwing garbage. Okay, so if you just throw garbage towards someone, but you're keeping him busy, that's the thing. You don't even need to try and really hit him, but you're keeping him busy. Okay, and sooner or later the person's going to try something. Okay, and that's when you counter. But see, you're already moving. When you're already moving, the water's already flowing, then things can happen. Okay, you can make things happen. Okay, you have to create opportunities. All right, now, okay, I'll give an example. All right, if I'm standing completely still, whatever, however my hands are here or they're here or they're here, whatever, and I'm not moving at all. I'm totally still. Okay, well, the second you move and do something, I'm going to try and catch up with it. All right. And the person who's attacking me is going to know that they have an advantage because all they got to do is make a funny face or make a noise or spit or do something, and I'm going to react somehow because I'm totally still. And when you're still at this, you're also very tense. Okay, you can try not to be, but you're going to be because you're just being still. You're not meant to be still with it. You're meant to move. Water is always flowing. Okay, sorry, running water never goes stale. That's what I meant to say. Okay, but when you're moving a little bit all the time, I spoke about this before. How you want to shift away a little bit and move your head and things like that, and move your hands and just keep the opponent guessing. Okay, now that's one way of doing it where you're already in motion. Okay, but even that I would not say is good enough because you're still not keeping him just you're not distracting him. You're not keeping him busy. All right. So what I would say is that if there is a situation something's going to happen, you got to close that distance. You got to get in the guy's face. All right. Now, if the person freaks out and backs away and moves away, fine. The situation's done. It's good. You go home. I go home. And that's it. Okay. But I'm acting first. Okay. Now, here's the other example. Okay. Now, you saw this one, right? When I'm just standing here, motionless, and we already know why that's not gonna work. Now, try this one. Suppose I'm not doing that. Suppose I'm moving a little bit. Suppose I'm doing this now. I'm moving around a little bit, huh? Right. And then I'm not even. I'm just like throwing my hands and fingers up there. Okay. Those aren't really good hits, but I'm keeping the person busy. I'm keeping the person distracted. I could throw big hits too. I could do that also, but I'm just showing you that you don't even need to really try to hit the person in order to keep the person busy. Because if I'm standing still, you can try and do anything anytime you want. Okay. And you can fake me out and go high or go low, fake low, go high, fake middle, go around. There's a lot of things you can do. You can get my leg. There's a lot of things you can do, okay? But if I'm coming in and I keep keeping you a bit busy, bang, 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 right? It's gonna be hard. You're sitting here. You're trying to stop those hits, and then you're trying to get your own offense, and it's gonna be a little tricky. But you see, what I've done there is that I'm getting you to play catch up with me. Okay. Now, sooner or later, you're gonna do that. You're gonna get frustrated. You're gonna try something. You're gonna try to hit it at some point, and then that's when I can counter it, and that's when I can hit you. Okay. And that is actual countering. Okay? That's one way. That's not the only way. Okay, but that is one way. It's more of a philosophy. It's a way for you to actually think about it and remember that you want to be the person acting first. Now, whether that action is a real hit or not, it could just be Monsell throwing garbage. Okay, it doesn't matter. The point is that you're keeping the person busy. Okay, and as long as you keep the person busy dealing with your stuff, he can't throw his stuff. All right, and that's the thing, and that's really what self-defense is. Okay, now obviously. There are times when you would just throw real strikes. Okay, this is more like just to illustrate a concept. Okay, if a real situation comes up, I don't recommend playing around with that. I recommend if you get a chance to get a real hit. Obviously give them a real hit. Okay, right, and then when you do that, don't stop. Just keep it going. Keep on going. All right, but if you know that the person is very tense or whatever, or let's say you're in a sparring situation or whatever, right? And you keep the person distracted, okay? Remember, as long as he's distracted dealing with your stuff, he can't throw his stuff, okay? That's a thing, okay? So when you look at like self-defense, and knowing that Cobra Kai show, Daniel says sometimes, I'm not going to strike first, and that's not self-defense, right? Things like that. Well, no, actually it is, okay? Because the passive non-aggressive side, that comes from trying to avoid the fight in the first place. Okay. Now if I try to walk away and the person doesn't come after me, I'm just going to walk away. Try to talk him out of it. I can do that too. Okay. And I can say, someone says to me, what the hell are you looking at? I can say, oh man, my dog died this morning. I'm sorry. Or that's a really cool shirt. I think my sister has a shirt just like that. Where'd you get that? That kind of thing, right? That's how you can play that kind of more passive game. But once it's on, and there's no way to avoid it, you got to go right for the guy. Okay, take the fight right to him. Okay, if you sit there back here beyond the edge of range there and you just give him a chance to come in, he's gonna eat you up. Okay, there's nothing you can do about that. Okay, I mean you're just inviting him. You turn yourself into a heavy bag. You're a punching bag. I mean you're like this guy. Okay, you turn this. I mean this guy. I can hit this guy anytime I want to because he's motionless. Okay, it's a big wooden dummy. Okay, all right. Well, you don't want to be a wooden dummy. Okay, so that's the thing. If something comes in and you know something happened, get in there. Get right to him. Okay. Don't give him a chance to breathe. Suffocate the guy. Okay? Be on him. Be on him. Give him something to think about. They could be real hits or they could be crap. It doesn't matter. But you're giving him something to think about. Okay? And that's the thing. And that is actual self-defense and actual countering. Okay? All right. Don't look at these demos. There's a lot of demos of people out there who just standing completely still. Someone comes in and they do all this stuff. Okay, it looks good, and the person doing it always goes flying away, and it looks really impressive. Okay, whatever. But I tell you, number one, if you hit someone, they won't go flying away. Okay, they're gonna be right in the spot. If you've ever been hit really hard yourself, or you've ever seen someone get hit really hard yourself, even like knockouts and boxing and MMA, you'll see people don't go flying away like that. Okay, someone gets a left hook, and what's going to happen is they're going to like this kind of thing, and their eyes will roll back and stuff, and they're just, I mean, they're going to still be in the same spot, but their jaw will go, and then they'll fall down. Okay, and that's it. Okay, real fighting is dirty. It's not so stylized like that. All right, and you know, people coming in. You know, here's something. Next time you watch one of those demos, don't look at the guy doing his stuff. Okay, look at the attacker. Watch the attacker and look how crappy his attacks are. Okay, try that. Okay, look at one of those demos and look at the attacker, and the attacks are so crappy you can do anything. Okay, now you have someone who actually knows how to punch. Try that. Okay, my first boxing coach used to say to me, actually, that for most people you're likely to encounter, you can deal with almost all situations with a fake jab and then a hard rear hand. Okay, and I mean, I know it sounds really simple, overly simple, but I'm telling you, it can work. And you can even see on YouTube and some of these street fights and things like that, you can see guys getting taken out with a fake jab and a right hand or whatever. You know, you see it all the time. Okay. But I'm telling you, that is a lot harder to deal with than you think it is. Okay, it may sound simple, but that is a lot harder to manage. Okay, than you might believe. Okay, it's hard. Okay, someone who's good, that jab comes in, you're gonna react to it, and bang! I'm telling you, it's not easy unless you're good, unless you understand, you know, how to actually deal with that. You know, there's a good chance you're going down. Really good chance. Okay, so just remember that. Okay, self-defense is not standing still waiting for someone to come in. Okay, self-defense is creating opportunities and trying to distract the person and getting the person to actually do something. Okay, now if you can get the first hit, get the first hit. All right, but if you can't, or the person has, you know, a good defense or whatever, just keep him busy. As long as you keep him busy, he can't do anything. But sooner or later, he's gonna try, and that's when you can do your stuff. Okay, that's real self-defense for the real world. Okay, never mind this crap about like self-defense versus offense. That's not, you know, they are intertwined. They have to be. Okay, so anyways, that's the video. I hope that clears up any confusion. Okay, this is not Hollywood. It's not the movies. This is real combat, real life fighting. Okay, and this is what you need to actually know to survive. Okay. So, anyways, that's it. If you have any questions, let me know. Talk to you soon.